Hey everyone, welcome back to MB Performance. Today we will be changing the starter on a 2007 Toyota Corolla. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to get rid of the fan shroud, which is going to have two 10 millimeters right at the corner, and then you want to disconnect the power to the fans. Alright, so I'm removing the 10 millimeters right now to take out the fan shroud with 10 millimeter. Okay, see if it comes out a little easy. Okay. Be careful with the fan hose. And this is the fan shroud. Once you remove this, you're gonna have plenty of space to work with. So always gotta remember when messing with the starter, to be safe, so anything won't catch on fire, you wanna disconnect the ground and make sure that you tuck it away so it doesn't pop and touch again. Okay, make sure you put it aside in a safe place. Bolted on by two 14 millimeter bolts. One's located right here, and then the other one's located right on top of the transmission right here between these two hoses. So I'm gonna disconnect these two, and then we're gonna get this 12 millimeter that's here right on top with this plug, a starter plug, which I just popped off right now right here. Super easy. And then we'll take out the starter. So right now I'm removing the 12 millimeter power from the starter. Be really careful you don't drop that bolt. And then you pop off the wire. It should drop like this. But since you did remove the negative from the battery, it shouldn't spark or do any type of damage to the car. Here is the 14 millimeter that you want to remove. Might be a little tight, so I'm going to take off the 14 millimeter bolts. Okay, there goes one. Just going to leave it there for a little bit. And the next one's over here. Just got to feel your way through. It's right in here. A little longer than usual. Just be patient because they don't want to strip it. Okay, let's see if I can grab my hand. Okay, here's one, and the other one's right here. When I take out the starter, be really careful you don't hit your condenser. The last thing you want to do is hit your condenser and mess up your AC. And this is it. Now to put the new one back on. Alright, so now we're going to put on the new starter. This is a remanufactured starter from Advanced Auto Parts. So, fairly easy to put it back in. Just make sure that you are not pinching any type of wires, and push it in a little bit. Then you grab the 14 millimeter bolt, just slide it in gently. Make sure you do it by hand. Do not use any power tools for this. You want to make sure you don't strip it because it is going into the transmission. If you strip it, you're gonna create a lot of problems for yourself. So once you feel like it's going in pretty smooth, just hand tighten it for now. So all you want to do is just hold it in here snug. Okay. Now you want to use the new bolt that's provided by the new starter. It's usually a 13 millimeter. Do not use the original bolt because the original bolt will not fit. The original bolt is a 12 millimeter. This one's a 13 millimeter. I don't know why they use that, but it's just the one of the new starter. The new starter came with. Okay. So we got this. Let me tighten up tighten this up with a 13 millimeter ratchet. Okay, don't go too crazy. Just make sure it's snug, because you will break it. Okay. You want to slide the little rubber grommet back on, and then you get the plastic plug and you push it into your hair clip. Alright, so now we're going to put this bolt back on. And I want to just feel around, and then you'll feel it. And the reason why I didn't tighten it 100% because you might want to jiggle the starter as you put this one in by hand. Remember, you don't want to use any air tools on this because you'll strip it. It's all aluminum. You really don't need that much going on there. So you want to get your 14 ratchet. Okay, put it in here like this. Okay, you feel it getting snug. Remember, snug. You don't want to go too crazy. It's nothing out of this world. When you're doing this one, just be careful to use a shorter ratchet, because you don't want to hit the condenser and create more problems for yourself. So again, snug. Okay, so we have here the power is on. We have the switch right here. We got the grommet on, and we got the two bolts, top and bottom. And now to reconnect the battery. Reconnecting the battery. It will spark just a bit. It's a 10 millimeter battery post bolt. Sure, it's nice and tight. We will be cleaning this battery in a couple seconds. Seems like it has some corrosion on it. And now to put on the fan shroud back on. It has these clips right here that just slide back in to the bottom. It's got, again, be careful with the AC condenser. It's very important, especially here in Florida. It's super hot. You need your AC. And then once it goes in, you want to plug this back in to the back of the fan, and then try to push in the original clips into the fan shroud. Once that's done, you want to get this 10 millimeters and put the top millimeters on, and we'll be ready to turn the car back. Bolts are on. Make sure this is snug. You want to make sure you put the reservoir tube back in here, back to the radiator. Extremely important. Right here on top. Make sure all your tubes are correct. Make sure there's nothing moving around. There's a plug here. A clip that goes into the radiator. Nothing's touching the radiator. Everything looks good. And that concludes this starter replacement on 2004 to 2007 Toyota Corolla. Test and make sure that the starter is working. So you can see everything works perfect. Please make sure you subscribe to MB Performance. Click the like below. Thank you for everything, And that concludes 2007 Toyota Corolla starter replacement.